I was introduced to LifeWave patches by Gary Perrott back in October, around October 13th. Um, I was having a lot of things happening. Actually, about that time, I prayed about something to come into my life because I was lethargic, no sleep, no sense for life. Um, then I also had problems with my Weimer, had gotten sick and so forth. So just kind of give you a brief uh, history on me a little bit, if you don't mind. This is me in 2006. Just let you know, um, I'm always worked out. Did you see that?
Yeah, make it closer. That's perfect. That was you in what year?
2006.
Okay, in 2006, yes.
Yeah, and that's about the time my father had passed away, but I also had taken the flu shot. And with the flu
Uh-huh.
shot, I experienced swelling, teeth hurting, muscle joints hurting stuff, and it went away. Didn't think anything of it. So as I progressed over the years, I started getting other symptoms, which was strange, and I'll explain right now. But this is what I wound up looking like in 2013.
Whoa,
Yeah,
you
it,
don't even look like the same person right there between the two.
exactly. That's what you call symptoms of acromegaly.
What
You
is
get
that?
gigantism. Yeah. So you get to looking like a magoo. You see your hands. If you see the hands, and that's I'm making a
Yeah.
point here. My hair was, I had a lot of hair, but it's just a lot of growth hormones. It's very interesting journey.
Why did that happen?
Uh, I don't know. Nobody knows. It's a rare disease, is what they say. But I have my thoughts on that. That it probably started with the flu vaccine, but I can't say that.
Yeah.
So now
Wow.
I want you to look at my hands.
Okay.
Yeah, totally different. And my hands looked like that until October. After I started the patches, my, these my hands
Put
have
your
been
hand up next to the picture. Put your
oh,
picture up.
well, it's
Wow.
yeah.
It's
So I
just a
wanted to
more normal hand now.
yeah. Oh, it's getting better and better. So that's just one of the things with acromegaly. Acromegaly symptoms of it is you get all kinds of symptoms. So I've come up with over the years, well, in 2013, around that time, I had the transphonoidal surgery, which they go up underneath the mouth all the way up to between your eyes to cut out the pituitary tumor, which is next to the pituitary.
Is
So
that
I had
part of, is the pituitary tumor part of the disorder that starts to grow?
yeah, and it
Well,
messes with your stomach, it messes with everything. My hands would feel like radiators
what
at
do you
that
mean by
point.
that? Feel like radiators, just hot all the time?
Hot all the time. My arms would hurt at night. I couldn't sleep. I had to start wearing braces to sleep. Yeah, my period went haywire. I couldn't swallow. I mean, I'd be stuck trying to swallow. Um, Heart palpitations, skin got just really rough. Um, Kind of like Andre the Giant and Abraham Lincoln. They had acromegaly.
People are asking on chat if you could spell that for people or spell it in chat, or maybe someone could look that up and spell it in chat for people, or can you spell that?
It's Acromegaly.
Okay.
So back then I had the surgery, and of course I didn't get it all right. So for the rest of my life, every 8 weeks, I have to take this.
What's that?
It's an injection.
What does that do?
Uh, Put synthetic growth hormones in my system, so I balance out, so I don't morph every month or
And so
every 8 weeks.
they were taking that tumor out to try to stop that, but they didn't get that out right. And so it's a hormonal. The hormone's still out of control.
Right, and it didn't fix it. That never does with anybody with that has the disease or the surgery. Never does.
The surgery has never righted it.
No, not anybody that's had the surgery.
Well,
It
so
never
now, so
helped
you
them.
take an injection every 8 weeks to try to get some to balance out the hormones to slow down the growth. Am I understanding that right?
Yeah, that's correct. And the problem is that I'm on a 10-year mark. And at about that time, it just doesn't seem to start working anymore. But it never did work. I get sick and keep your organs grow, your bones deform, you just gain weight. It affects everything in your body, your heart, your organs, your eyesight, everything. And so I've been having all kinds of problems. Blood pressure started up, um, I think June of last year. They're going to put me on blood pressure medicine. I've been doing all kinds of research for all kinds of alternatives, medicines, and so forth. Um, I got osteopenia, pre-diabetic. Lymphatic was just, you could bounce a quarter off my stomach. That's how big it was getting. And just tough, and just hard to do anything. I'm sorry, I guess I need water, but I'll wait.
So tell me now, this has been happening since, when were you diagnosed with this?
2013.
Oh, in 2013. And
Mhm.
so, and just in October, this year, October,
Yeah.
November, December, like 3 months ago, you were introduced to the X39. You
Mhm,
started wearing this patch,
mhm.
and already you just have noticed that your hands have come down.
Yep.
What else is happening? And what do you
Oh,
think is going on here with you?
well, when I started the patches, I started on the Aeon and the X39 in the Alavida. Immediately at night, I was sleeping. Well, I'd wake up at 3 or 4 o'clock every morning. Before that, couldn't sleep. The Alavida took care of that. I know 3 o'clock in the morning one time, my spine went. I woke up and my spine went whoop, and I straightened out.
You woke up and your spine straightened.
I straightened out. I felt it. It was just like whoop. Yeah, in the first 2 weeks.
In the first 2 weeks,
Mhm.
your spine, we woke up in the middle of the night and your spine straight.
Yeah.
That's
Straightened.
insane. What else has been happening?
Oh my gosh. Well, the blood pressure medicine tried to put me on in June of 2021. I had another physical in November of 2021, and she took me off for the blood pressure.
So you don't need the blood pressure medicine anymore. That stabilized.
Right.
Huh.
My bone density kept getting worse and worse every year. I had a bone density at the end of November test, and it came back, I'm improving.
What does that mean, bone density? Would your bones get too dense as you're getting because of you growing? Like it's the opposite of what most of us probably worry about, right?
Right. Right. I get brittle and it'll
You
break.
get brittle and it will break. And so for you, your bone density test got into normal range the other direction.
It started recovering. I've got osteopenia.
You have osteopenia. So you actually have, so osteopenia is not that's not dense bone. Is that correct?
Well, it's leading towards osteoporosis, which is dense bone.
Okay, which is
Yeah,
okay.
which you eventually osteoporosis can get so bad you just break by just touching. My
So
mother had that.
that osteoporosis is like weak bone, right? So
Oh,
you were moving towards having weak bones that were going to break, and now you're back into normal range.
I'm heading that back to normal. Mhm.
Heading back into normal range. Okay, I just have to say for a moment, spine straightens, no blood pressure medicine, osteopenia moving back to normal range. So she's not worrying about her bones going to break.
No, not at all.
She's sleeping through the night and her hands aren't like deformed anymore. Let's look at your hands one more time. I mean, they look normal to me now, Susan.
They're getting there. There's still a little bit more to go. My eyesight's getting better. I can now see 12 feet, the TV, the writing on there, as of Thanksgiving Day.
So you couldn't see. This particular disease takes everything away, takes everything.
Yeah, cataracts. Oh yeah, it takes everything. it just starts deteriorating everything.
So these stem cells, the X39 and the Eon, so the Eon reduces inflammation, and Leah will talk more about all of this. The stem cells reactivate your stem cells. Stem cells are the only cells in your body that are changeable. They can change into whatever cell you need for repair. And I think what's happening with Susan is that army's a marching, and there's a lot of stuff to repair, and it just keeps going.
Yeah, that's why, I bought those 3, and then within 3 days, I researched the other ones and bought everything but Silent Night. And I started using them all, and I know how to muscle test. So I muscle tested, and so I used Energy Enhancer for the eyesight, and then the SB6, and also Energy Enhancer for the lymph nodes, because my skin was so tight, you could bounce a quarter off. Look what's happening here. I can now, and my body now is reforming in an hourglass.
It's going back to normal.
Yeah.
Back
Yes.
to normal.
I'm on my 3rd month.
Well, just wait. What's gonna happen on month 6, baby?
I know. I'm looking forward to it.
Well,
yeah.
You have one more thing before we move. Yes, go ahead.
Yes. My Weimaraner. I dragged him to the vet about the same time that was happening. The vet told me he was going to have to be put to sleep the next week. I started him on the patches. This is November. He's walking. Right now, he looks healthier than he's ever been. I took him back to the vet on November. 1 month later, he said, "This is not the same dog, is it?" I said, "Oh, yes, it is." He said, "I didn't expect him to live." And so I just had to add that.